we just talked about, people like, Jackson and Caroline. I've speak with Lucy before as well. She talking about, wow, these medical students coming to bash us, the rest of us, about like, the general culture in Fudan, about the competitiveness I'm referring to, or as people like to call it, Gen. I wonder like how you deal with that. Do you think it's like really serious? Or do you think, well, because in my opinion, I would say like you might be one of those who are, causing causing this culture in a way, for me at least.
No, I cannot tell you how much I hate this culture of Juan. And it's not only like academically, there's this 30% policy, which everybody hates, like, which makes everyone's lives 100 times more miserable. And also when you participate in debating, you see that the medical students, because I'm an English major and I can't even be better than them at my own major, and my spoken English is 100 times worse than them. So it hits you a lot on your confidence. And also I just feel like I could never be as good as, for example, Isaac, and it maybe take me like 5 more years to catch up with Jackson. So but I think, so basically now I haven't come up with a very effective way to cope this kinds of like negative emotions. And I think there are basically 2 ways I deal with it. So the first one is how I deal with academic failures. That is, up to now, the only solution I've come up is to learn random things. For example, to make coffee and to make keychains out of wool. Why do I do that? Because these things make me feel safe, because they assure me that even I graduate with the lowest GPA and can't find a proper job on the super competitive job market, still I wouldn't starve to death. I would have some way of maintaining my life. I could sell coffee or my wool draft. So it's like, I know this sounds very stupid, but it's always nice to prepare for the worst, right? And also for these debate pressures, I think I just try to become friends with them and try to see their shortcomings. Like, they're not perfect people, although they seem perfect at first sight. But when you talk to them, for example, when you become friends with Jackson, you realize that he's not perfect. And also, when you become friends with them, you know where their strengths come from. For example, Jackson's 11 months older than me, and he has a bigger head, so he has a bigger brain. So
you heard that, really Jackson?
Blame myself, right? Like, right. I love having a smaller head. So, well, that's it.
Right, big brain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so actually I didn't know, talking about teammates, because I didn't know like Cindy was so she's been with you as classmates. You've been together for, throughout secondary and high school?
Yeah, we've been together, like being classmates for 7 years straight now. 7 years. A long time.
That's like secondary and high school, middle school and high school, I guess it was. Yeah. So you went to the same secondary or like middle school and high school?
Yeah, because our middle school and high school are actually the same school. It has 6 years, and it's called Hangzhou Foreign Languages School. And Cindy and I, we not only were we classmates, we also went to Hong Kong together once. We
really
there was a workshop and tournament called HKPDS, and we just went there and we debated and we traveled. So we're really good friends, right?
So you came to Hong Kong in like 20, do you still remember? Like,
I think it's 3 years ago. So maybe it's 2019 or 2020. I don't really, just before the COVID.
Right.
Oh, 2019 or 2018. Sorry, I'm bad at remembering those things.
Right, because 2 to 3 years, because if you came in like 2019, like, 2019 was the start of like a lot of chaos, I guess. Like a lot of things going on in the world or whatever. But so was that the only time you came to Hong Kong, or?
I also came when I was really young, really, I guess 9 or 10 years old. I don't really remember. I just remember going to Disneyland and like going on the bus, and there was a really nice person helping us. But other than that, I just don't remember anything about that trip. I remember more about the one I took with Cindy. Yeah.
Right. A week then. So it's like a whole. It's only for the tournament. Did you get to?
It was a workshop at first, like 3-4 days of workshop, and then 3 days of tournaments. So, and then we stayed for 2 more days to stay in Hong Kong and go to like all these different places to have fun. Yeah.
You think 2019? I wonder. So did you think like I don't know how much you got to see, but from what you've seen, do you feel like it's like drastically different? Would you say from, I guess, well, you aren't in Fudan yet, but from the mainland, I guess.
Actually, I don't think there's much difference like about the atmosphere or things like that. It's just there isn't much of a difference, and I think the tournament and the workshop took place in a university. I don't remember which university, but I think that university
I would guess it's XKU, University of Hong Kong.
I think, yeah, maybe. It was just really beautiful, and I really love everything there. They have like very good classrooms that are better than Fudan, and they have and they have all the best canteens and all the best food, and I just really enjoyed my time there. It was just really nice to see a great university and to like learn things in that university. Yeah.
Right. So So you actually, I guess you get to walk sort of. I mean, you the workshop took place there, so I suppose you get to tour around XKU.
Yeah.
Right. How about the peers then? Like, are they like Hong Kong like peers?
Some of them come from Hong Kong. I think it's more competitive there, because when I was in the workshop, there were like students from primary school, like fourth graders and fifth graders. They were training with us, and I was like, really? And they knew a lot, and they talked about these motions, like really complicated political motions, and they just knew everything about them, and they're really extroverted. They're really nice, and when we had those breaks, they just put on some music and start dancing in front of everyone. And it was like, they were absolutely great, but also they just surprised me for knowing so much at such a young age, right?
So most of them, you would say, are like primary schoolers?
No, some of them are primary schoolers, but most of them are still high schoolers, and even some of them are university students. Right.
I would guess if you describe them as that extroverted, because from the typical Hong Kong student, I don't think they would be like this. I'm guessing like those primary or those extroverted people would be from the international schools, because they're quite different in personality from the rest of us nerds. We don't really talk that much, to be honest.
I think you're very extroverted. I really like how you just approach people and talk to them, because as you see, I'm kind of an introvert, and when you approach me and like talk on WeChat, at first I was just intimidated because I was such a like secluded people. I just never talk to strangers, It's my problem, but still I just really love that kind of personality. Yeah.
Hey homies, I hope you enjoyed this clip. If you did, here's a full playlist of sharings from other top-notch people I've met. Like, comment, subscribe, 一键3连, and I will see you in the next one. Alright guys, peace.